Coming up today, in advance of Tiger's much-anticipated return to competitive golf, we have been counting down the 14-time major winner's top 10 shots. And today, we reveal which one prompted this description from the Golden Bear.
I don't think I've ever seen a better one. That was the most unbelievable, gutsy shot that I've ever seen.
Plus, we are on site at Albany Resort all morning long, and we'll take you inside the ropes as Tiger prepares for today's Pro-Am. He tees off during our show today, and our experts are on standby to analyze the swing that matches his new body and explain what it would take to make this a successful week.
I just really want to be able to compete this week, play all 4 days, and give myself a chance on that back nine on Sunday to win this thing.
And Jim Bones Mackay had a front row seat for Tiger's dominance during his prime. He will join us live to share his perspective on the past, the present, and the future of the greatest player of his generation. Because everyone is excited for Tiger's return. Right, Justin?
I'm also looking forward to trying to kick his ass, to be perfectly honest.
It all starts right now on Morning Drive this Wednesday, November 29th, 2017. Oh, that is going to be a good matchup. But good morning and welcome into our home for the next 2 hours, where we're welcoming a member of our team back in studio. Yes, Cara Banks alongside Charlie Reimer, John Cook, and new mum Paige McKenzie has returned after spending a few months with baby Beckett.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. It's been an enjoyable couple months with the new little guy, but I certainly missed you all, and glad to be back in studio.
Well, we missed you too, and it seems like you're starting him young, taking him out of the range just recently.
There's very few things that I can count on with a new baby, but the 9 a.m. nap is one of those. So I sneak out with the 9 a.m. nap to hit range balls.
It's all about the schedule, right?
I saw Beckett, I guess it's been about 3 weeks ago. We were down in Naples doing an outing, and Paige handed me Beckett. I love holding babies, and I got him right in here tight. He gave me a little present right on my shoulder.
There you go.
I didn't give him this, though. I didn't give him this. I hung right in there.
Better than on your arm.
Oh,
so.
congratulations.
Something we've always wanted
Great looking
to do,
boy.
Charlie. I'm joking. A nice little husky bag we saw you out there grinding, ready to get back in the Morning Drive simulator.
I was practicing just for the viewers.
There you go. You see, she is ready, and we're very happy to have her back. But now let's say good morning to another lady who welcomed a little boy into this world a few months ago, and that is Lauren Thompson.
Boys all around, and I do love that Beckett saved a little spit up for Charlie Reimer himself. We're going to be back on Charlie Reimer later on today in the show and the rest of our crew. For now, though, we're going to need your help over the next couple hours, because with all this Tiger talk going on, we want to know what you would say would define a successful week for Tiger in the Bahamas in this latest comeback. So chime in at GC Morning Drive. We're going to have your responses rolling live throughout the show today, and we're going to highlight a few of those as well. We'll get to our responses later on too, but for now, back to Cara Banks.
Well, in case you hadn't heard, Tiger Woods is making his much-anticipated return to professional golf this week, and we are now just 1 day away from the start of the Hero World Challenge, where the 14-time major champion will tee it up in competition for the very first time since February. And it is an event he knows pretty well. Not only is he the tournament host, but he has competed in 15 of the 18 previous editions and won the tournament a record 5 times. No one else has won it more than twice. Now, Tiger has also donated his total earnings of more than $9.6 million from this event back to his foundation. And with that, we welcome in our colleague who is on the ground in Albany all week long as we say good morning to Lisa Cornwell. Lisa, nice to see you back outside today. Good morning.
We are thrilled to be back outside this morning, Cara. Beautiful day here in the Bahamas at Albany. Looking forward to a fantastic day on the golf course as well.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. I know you've been watching Tiger make his way around the property since Sunday. How would you describe his attitude both on and off the golf course?
It's incredible, and it hasn't changed on the golf course or off the golf course. My favorite part of yesterday was after his press conference, and we all saw his demeanor. He was joking, he was lighthearted, he was very open and honest, but after he finished his press conference, he walked over to our camera guy and poked him and said, "You're fat." And so we all just laughed at that, and he continued that dialogue out on the golf course. He continued poking the players and other members of the media. He joked about Justin Thomas taking some time off and hoped that his return was as good this week, said maybe he could get a top 20. So he's out there, he's not just having fun off the golf course, but he's out there having fun on the golf course too. And I think for him, hopefully he can continue to have fun once competition starts. He says he isn't putting too much pressure on himself. I thought that was very interesting in the press conference yesterday. He said he's normally very hard on himself, but he's giving himself time now, even though he knows that his game's in pretty good shape. Not too many expectations, and just enjoy the week.
Well, not a lot of expectations maybe from him, but I know a lot of us are expecting to see him back in action under the gun, and pressure has had some influence on his short game in his recent starts. And by recent, I mean the fits and starts that we've seen over the last 2 years. What have you seen from his short game?
Well, look, Paige, you know this very well as a professional player, the importance of getting out here and working on the short game. I will say this golf course, you have some very tight lies around the greens, and maybe because of the weather that they've had, it's a little thinner than it usually is. So he spent quite a bit of time on that as well, but I will say he looks so tension-free. And when you get to those shots, it is so important, not just those tight lie chips around the green, but look, we saw Tiger during his prime as one of the greatest putters in the history of the game. And to watch him putt, it is still a form of art, and his arms hang so beautifully, and I can just say every part of his game, but especially that short game, especially around the greens and on the greens with the putter in hand, he looks like the old Tiger Woods. He looks very comfortable and relaxed and tension-free.
Well, that is good news, Lisa. Thank you. Appreciate your updates. We'll be back with you actually in just a moment for more on Tiger's playing partner tomorrow. But first, let's go and join Charlie and Cookie, guys.
All right, Cara. John Cook, I was up in Macon, Georgia over the weekend at the Bowden Golf Course, and I was talking to a great group of guys, and I said, what do you think you're going to see from Tiger this week? And some guys over on the left said, he ain't going to break 80. Some guys over on the right said, he's going to win.
That's what you get.
Everybody's got an opinion. Now, I know you've spent as much time with Tiger as anyone over the past 15 or 20 years. Do you like what you see in terms of his golf swing?
From what I've seen so far on some of the tape that Travis and I were breaking down earlier in the week, and what I've seen just, you know, on social media and all, and then talking to him, I do like what I see, and it's getting better and better, you know, day by day, getting freer, it's getting more freed up. I like the way that he's standing tall. I like his athletic setup. I like the way he's staying in his box and turning around his body. And he's not favoring that back. He's finishing nice and high up on his left side, and you can see where his back is very, very straight. I think that'll, in the long run, that's the way he should be swinging anyway, and now he has to, and it looks really good.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume maybe the most challenging part for Tiger is going to be that driver swing. What is the most challenging type of drive in terms of wind conditions, maybe where the trouble is that you face when you're coming back with a new swing, new everything in the world watching?
I think through the bag and through time, anything into the wind and out of the left is always very challenging. If you feel comfortable when you're hitting the golf ball into the wind, out of the left with a driver, and you're getting that ball in play, just squeezing something in there, that's when you know your golf swing is good and your setup is good. That's the big key, is your setup. How's the loft of your driver? How is the shaft? Is it going to match that? If you can hit the golf ball consistently into the wind, out of the left, that's when your game is in good shape.
Trouble on the right.
Trouble on the right.
Yeah, well, the world's waiting to see that first shot under those conditions from Tiger Woods. Carl, back over to you.
Yeah, he's got it all mapped out in his head, as he revealed yesterday. But the man who has the honor of playing alongside the 14-time major champion tomorrow is the reigning PGA Tour Player of the Year, and someone he now calls a friend. Justin Thomas will complete the headline pairing in the opening round of the Hero World Challenge. They will tee off at 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, and you can watch all of the coverage from 11:30 a.m. right here on Golf Channel. No doubt there will be quite a few eyes on that group, and even JT will be watching Tiger closely.
There's nobody that moves the needle like him, even now. And you know, if he had 15 wins and 2 majors, then yeah, no, people wouldn't care as much. But he has 79 and 14 majors, so I mean, I'm probably just excited to watch it as you are. I just get a front row seat to it on Thursday, but I'm also looking forward to trying to kick his ass, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we will see who comes out lower from that pairing tomorrow, but let's go back to the Bahamas now and check in with Lisa Cornwell once again. Lisa, you watched Tiger and Thomas play a practice round together yesterday. What are you expecting from this pairing tomorrow?
I'm expecting them to have a good time. I thought it was really cool that statement that you heard from Justin Thomas was actually the very last statement that he made in the press conference. How cool is this for Justin Thomas to be able to play alongside Tiger Woods and to develop this friendship that he has with him now as now a major winner? We saw that photo that they posted together after Justin won the PGA Championship, and Tiger proudly with him at his restaurant in Jupiter. Speaking of Jupiter, that's where their friendship has developed. They've played some golf. I think Justin said about a handful of times, but of course this will be the first time that Justin's teed it up with him in competition. He also talked yesterday about his very first memory of Tiger Woods playing, and that was back in 2007. So to fast forward now, 2017, Justin Thomas, the reigning PGA Tour Player of the Year, playing alongside Tiger Woods in this tournament that bears his name and benefits his foundation. I think it's a really special week. And talking to him yesterday, he seems very relaxed and wanting to soak up everything that he can from Tiger Woods. And I would expect him to constantly be on him and asking him questions, just as he says that he's done the last few months.
Well, it seems like a pretty loose environment down there to start the wraparound season for these players. And I know Justin Thomas, it's been a short off season. What's he been working on to try to top the 2017 season?
Well, Paige, he said, I thought that it was great what he said yesterday. He said he's not trying to top 2017. He knows what he did and how special that was, and to try to measure it up and to do that again would be virtually impossible. But he has reached out to people like Tiger Woods. He's talked to Michael Jordan about how you follow up a great year with another great year. Look, in golf, we talk about it all the time. It's hard to follow up a low round with another low round. And so Justin Thomas is very well aware of not only what he did last season, but how difficult it will be to match it. I can say, though, watching him and talking to him about the upcoming season and everything that he expects, he is a more mature Justin Thomas. He is very confident in his ways. He realizes that what he's done, and I look, anybody can say it'll be hard to match what he did last season, but I would expect that Justin Thomas has a very successful 2018 year.
Yeah, he still has his feet very firmly on the ground, and a humble young gentleman indeed. What a pairing that will be tomorrow. Lisa, thank you. We'll be back with you again a little bit later in the show. That was Lisa Cornwell live from Albany, but let's send it back now to Charlie and John.
All right, Cara. John, let's dig into this pairing a little bit more closely. And first, let's talk about it from Justin Thomas's perspective. I know a lot of people have the attitude or the opinion that it's no longer intimidating to play with Tiger Woods. I don't know that Justin Thomas, with the year that he had, could be intimidated, but Tiger Woods is still Tiger Woods, and it's got to make his heart race at least a little bit to have that pairing.
And Justin said, you know, Tiger does move the needle, still does. And these kids, you know, as great as they are, they haven't seen that Tiger Woods of the 99 to 2006 Tiger Woods that dominated and had that intimidation factor. Will he get it back again? Oh, who knows? But at least they're comfortable playing golf with each other. They do it down in Jupiter. And I think for Justin, he said that he doesn't need to change much, and he shouldn't. It's just now a matter of being able to schedule his time, and he's going to learn that from Tiger, picking his brain, asking him those exact questions on, now that there's going to be a lot of focus on me through each and every single week, how am I going to be able to schedule my time and be prepared to play each and every week, like, you know, Tiger had been, and he's gone through it since he's been, you know, in his teens. And I think that that's a great way for Justin to get, you know, pick Tiger's brain about how to be prepared each week when the focus is on me.
And the other thing is, it's a good situation for Tiger, and that Tiger's trying to see how he's going to react on the golf course, but he's also getting a chance to see the hottest player in golf go out and play tournament golf right now. So that's just another way that Tiger can sort of see how he measures up with these young guns.
Yeah.
All right, John, great stuff. Right now, let's go check in with LT, who has our tee sheet.
Sure do, Charlie Reimer. So coming up today on Morning Drive, we keep things going strong with a countdown we kicked off earlier in the week. Tiger Woods' top 10 moments, and later we shine the spotlight on a wedge shot that wowed Jack Nicklaus so much he called it one of the best he has ever seen. Something else that we'll be doing throughout the morning is taking you inside the ropes as Tiger, the tournament host, will be taken to the range, and our pros are going to weigh in on what they like or even some things that they don't about his warm-up, his swing, his body language, and more on the eve of his competitive return. Then we're going to join up live with one of the most well-known caddies in the game, Bones, the longtime looper of Phil Mickelson, who had a front row seat during Tiger's heyday. Jim Mackay will be weighing in on the week in the Bahamas with his own spin on what's ahead. So keep it right here on Morning Drive. We got a lot of guests coming your way. We also want you to keep those responses going. What do you think is going to be a successful week for Tiger Woods? Great responses already. Much more to come today on Morning Drive. Look at them working on their takeaways already.
Try and get it right there. Right there.
Boom.
God, he's grinding.